Hello guys, Justin here and welcome to today's Pedalboard Update, and this is for June 2014. I wanted a few things to be achieved with this pedalboard that I couldn't achieve previously, in that I wanted to have minimal setup and teardown time, and I wanted to have minimal hassle when connecting things up. I wanted 2 or 3 delay presets, and I wanted to have a variety of overdriven tones, and I also wanted the ability to go straight into the board, as in straight into a soundboard with just a pedal board. So you can see how some of these pedals achieve the design parameters I had in mind. For one thing, everything is powered by a single one spot, and I think it's extremely important for musicians to be quick and on time, and to be to spend as minimal time setting up as possible. I used to have a timeline, I used to have a I used to have a Carl Martin AC tone, and I had 3 different power supplies to hook up, and that was eating up into setup times. I'll start over here, and I have a duet of the visual sound pedals. I've got a COM66 and I have a TrueTone clean boost, and I think this is a wonderful combination to have, because when these 2 pedals are on, and by varying the tone control and by varying the gain on these 2, I'm able to get a nice full signal when going through the rest of the rig. As you can see, I've got quite a few pedals here. These 2 pedals help me to ensure that my signal goes through the pedalboard nice and clean and nice and strong. This goes into my line selector, which I use as an AB box basically. So my one channel, the B channel, I use it as a clean channel. And what's cool is if you have if you choose a B channel and there's nothing hooked up to it, you can still use the volume control to basically like dial down, you know, there's some control over the volume of the loop. And in my A loop, I've got my overdrive pedals and my wah pedals. So when I turn the A loop on, I have got the Budda Bud wah, which is what you've been hearing in the last video. I have a Nobels ODR1 natural overdrive, which is a fantastic overdrive. I can get a very nice low gain crunch. Then I've got my Morningstar custom double rehoused pedal. This is a BB and a Timmy put together, and the way I've set this up is I have the BB first, so that gives me my my thick drive, and then I've got the Timmy to do like a treble boost. And of course I've got the ODR one to put it all together. And of course, if there's a bit of noise coming out of the pedals, I can always turn on the Decimator to keep things nice and quiet. Excuse me. So I'm just about to clean mode. After these pedals, I go into this goes back to the loop. This goes out to the volume pedal. You know, straight up your basic sturdy Ernie ball volume pedal. I've had for a long time. I had a Boss FV50, and I love the thing. It was plastic. It was no frills, but it got a bit squeaky after a while, so I had to change it out. So I thought, you know, might as well find something that was a bit more sturdier, and this guy has not failed me. This goes out into another Morningstar pedal, the SDD 3000. This is a fantastic preamp pedal. What this does specifically, it emulates the preamp circuit of the Korg SDD 3000 delay unit. And for the YouTube fans out there, this is the Korg SDD 3000 is one of those delay units that the Edge uses, and the preamp section added some color to it adds some color to the tone. So it adds like a chimey high. It adds a bit of complexity to the tone. So I got this set up to be a low gain clean setting. So the preamp isn't adding distortion, but it's just adding that natural sweetness and natural highness to it. This goes into mine yet another Morningstar pedal. This is a custom rehouse of a DD7 and a PS6 Harmonist. So my DD7, I set it up for two things primarily: my .8 sound, and I set it up for a looper, as you heard from the previous video. So on the .8 sound, I can basically turn this on, and I can get the .8 note, .8 kind of tone. Straight up basic .8, and this goes out into the EP booster, which I've set after this, so it softens up the delays, it fattens up the delays, and this also helps me to drive to the rest of the pedals and the rest of my amp simulators, which you'll see later. I have basically two preamps on. I've got the SDD 3000 that's on and the EP booster that's on. I do that. It really depends on the amp I get. If I have if I get a tube amp, I only have one of these on at one point in time. If I have something like a, Roland Jazz Chorus or something, or a Line 6 solid state amp, I'll need something to push the preamp with something that will give me highs and something that will give me like some fatness. So I have these two on I have these two on right now because I'm going through a Line 6 Spider 3. It's my old faithful practice rig. Anyway, this goes into the Strymon pedals, and this is an El Capistan, which gives me the awesome tape sounds. So I set it to be a longer delay. And you can see it just fills up the sound so beautifully when you play. So I don't need it to be in rhythm with my playing. I just want to make sure the song gets filled out. But I can make it in rhythm if I want to combine the two delays together. I can do so I can do a so delays are bouncing off each other. Then I've got the Bluesky, which gives me my reverb needs, and I also have the ability to do the whole, the keyboard sound, because sometimes I have to be the keyboard player in the band. Then this is stereo out into two pedals. This is the Carl Martin Route Bug, which is I feel it's one of the best amp simulators out there. And this goes into so the left side goes into Route Bug, the right side goes into the Mooer Micro-DI, which I can set to have a cabinet simulator on when I have. And the reason why I do this is when I want to have a stereo rig, I can go with both, or sometimes this guy will be a bit noisy through the system, and I don't know why, but this guy will be quieter, so I can switch out from this guy to this guy if I need to. I also have the ability to have my own monitor, because the Route Bug has an output for headphones, so I can just plug this out to headphones and monitor myself while I don't have to worry about having too much guitar in the monitor mix when I'm playing, for example. So yeah, that's it. This is my pedal board. Well, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, do pop them in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. This is Justin signing off.